My name is Victoria Jowich. I'm a volunteer here at Bobbi and the Strays. I've been with Bobbi for about a year and a half. The way I met her was rather quite interesting. I followed a lot of the trends on Facebook, and there was a dog that I was interested in. And I had asked Bobbi through a friend of mine if she'd be able to allow me to pull the dog, which is basically what started my rescuing here with them with ACC. I actually took a dog out, which was one dog. One turned into two, turned into three, three turned into four in one weekend that we adopted out. And from then on here, I've been sticking around. Once we take an animal in here, it goes straight to medical, which is why donations are such an important thing to us here. Medical being the dog is checked to see if it's, first of all, been scanned, if it's been obviously neutered or spayed. Before we can adopt that animal out, it's mandatory that that cost is taken care of and that procedure is done. And sometimes the animals are sick, and once we have an animal here, we're not going to turn it away. We're going to take the necessary precautions and making sure that the animal is taken care of and he's healthy. We do have a website up, bobbyandthestrays.org, that does list all our dogs where they can pretty much get an idea of what they want. However, there are some people that will walk in here with their family, and we do have a book that they can look at. We do know all the characteristics of the dogs, whether or not they're good with children. Some of them are cat tested to see if they have cats. Some of them are tested with other dogs to see if they'll get along with other dogs. So we pretty much have a general idea of, what we're going to offer somebody when it does come in here. And usually, most of the time, it's a good fit.
This is our catio, we call it. This has our needy cats, we like to say. They're not really the friendliest. They need a lot of socialization. But we have pulled cats out of here and got them adopted. It's a long process once they're adults to socialize them. We also have that sectioned off area is where our cats that have FIV, which is feline AIDS, they have to be separated. We have volunteers that come in and they will spend hours, some of them, just sitting with the cats, touching them, trying to get them used to human touch. It's definitely a long process with adult cats. With kittens and younger cats, it's a little easier, but it takes time and dedication, and that's really all you need. It's all about the dedication, to help these guys out, get them homes. Once the economy started to go down, so many people were losing their houses and moving into apartments, and we got a lot of cats that way, people who couldn't take them with them to their apartments. The economy definitely took a toll on the animals, and then plus with that, less people donate, things got rough for everybody, so it definitely took a toll on these guys too. Every single animal, we try to match up with the right person. If they currently have animals or have recently had animals, we ask for their vet's information, and with their permission, we talk to the vet just to make sure that their cats or dogs were spayed or neutered, up to date on shots, well taken care of. Most people do come in looking for kittens. I'm one who's all about the older cats. Kittens are a lot to handle. Adult cats, their personality, they're a little bit more mellow, and they're great. Kittens are kind of like having a child. You got to make sure they don't get into things. They will find spaces in your house that you never knew you even had. They like to chew on wires, so things like that. It's a lot of work, so I'm always trying to get the adults homes. There's probably, out of the 150 cats we do have, I'd say maybe 15 of them are under a year old. So we have a lot more adults than we do kittens.
In the summer, we had to evacuate all the animals, and she was just standing in the middle of the street
someone has to be home. That's why her name is Storm. So this is Chad. He is one of, I think there's 8 puppies that were rescued from Far Rockaway. They were just living on the street, and one of our volunteers found them. But in addition to puppies, we also have big dogs, small dogs, shepherds, collies, all mixes. A lot of people just want puppies, but the older dogs make great companions because they're already trained. They know basic commands. You already know what their personality is going to be like. Most of them don't chew on your shoes. They know to go to the bathroom outside. So we also have little dogs. A lot of people want little dogs for apartments. You get a lot of Malteses and Chihuahuas and things like that. So there's pretty much, a pet for everybody, and a shelter is a good place to start. We train our volunteers, and then we have, for the animals that need a little more than just pulling on the leash and stuff like that, the trainers come and work with the staff with those animals, and then a lot of times it's just a long home, Some dogs need more exercise, some dogs need something to do, they're not lap dogs. This facility is a no-kill shelter. That means that we don't put any animal to sleep due to lack of space, sickness, or temperament. If they are sick, we get them treated by the vet. If they have a temperament issue, we bring our trainers in and we work with them, and then we match them up to a home that is suitable for them. But no animal is put to sleep ever. So they stay here and they have a home here until they get better. And we'll always take them back if there's an issue. So once they're rescued for life.
It's a procedure that we'll follow. We'll take your name and address down. We'll let you see the animals, interact with the animal, bring your dog if you have one to see how they get along. You'll fill out an application for us here. We'll do a home check or a home visit just to make sure that the environment that the animal's going to is safe. We'll check your references, and then at the end, we don't collect any fees or anything here. We ask that we give a donation to the animal rescue or the shelter, and the reason I say a donation is because when we give you your animal, we make sure that the animal is chipped. God forbid it gets lost. It's either spayed or neutered, and any medical that the animal might have needed prior to coming in here, whether it had been something as simple as kennel cough or maybe an ear infection or eye infection, is all taken care of by us. Even if it needed surgery, we actually laid the money out for that. So basically the money gets recycled. The money that's put into the shelter is used again for another animal, and so on and so forth. So your donation helps many animals here. We do a process here. We do a home check. We do a reference check because we want to make sure that the animal is going to a place that's safe, and we're not going to have it back here again. Also, too, when you adopt an animal here at Bobbi and the Strays, if for any reason you cannot keep that dog, whether it be a landlord problem, separation, anxiety, whatever you might have, that animal comes back to us. We have that on our adoption application as well, because animals come first here. We don't want the animal given to somebody that we don't know about, and we will always take that animal back.
Him at JFK, and he ran to the runway as we were trying to get him. We were so scared. The police had to come help us, and that's how he was rescued. He's about 6 or 7 years old. He's good with other dogs, children, everybody he meets. He knows basic commands. He's housebroken. We think he's a mix of boxer and He's everyone's favorite. He's just a really well-behaved dog, and he's sit. He's a good boy. Good boy.